You guys, look at the ladybug. You guys. Oh my gosh. It's true. Aw. On my way back. I'm just heading back and this thing like flew around. I thought it was a bee at first, and then I saw it was a ladybug actually. So anyways, I wanted to get back on real quick. I wanted to talk about a few more transits here. Um, it's like my badge. My ladybug badge. So yeah, it's cool. He wants to ride with me. Yeah, so I wanted to chat a little bit as well about some other transits here that we're dealing with, we're working with, and still here. One of them is the Neptune energy that we are working towards as well right now, and this is where we talk about this in members. And by the way, thank you for those of you who have joined members. It's been so lovely to connect with you guys there. So thank you for also supporting the channel via members and connecting there as well. Um, so yeah, we talked about this one transit there a bit. It's the Venus, I think it is square Neptune. Is that correct? Let's see. Venus and Sag. No. Oh, yeah. I think it is. Yeah, square Neptune. This is coming up. And in addition to that, Neptune is going to go direct. So what I kind of want, you guys to kind of maybe just think about is that, that's also another theme right now. And those of you who have a lot of Neptune, you just want to be aware that this is the last main stretch. Give me a sec. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I saw a license plate that said 11. Take it as you will. Ladybug is still there. We're just walking back together. Yeah, so Neptune is a theme right now, and if you're somebody who has a lot of Neptune in your chart, up until the 1st of November, just know that there can be a little bit of this period where things may get a little unsettling, maybe it may feel a little ungrounding, as Neptune here, which is a slower moving, longer term generational planet, goes direct. So it's been some time. For those of you just tuning in, wondering what's that badge she's wearing, it's a ladybug. It's just a little ladybug. It landed on me. So yeah, I thought we would do the astro talk here. The last bit of the transits that were coming to mind, and yeah, I mean, it is a warning. Neptune going direct is it's the last push, you guys. And I'm not sure if you remember, a few months ago we were talking about the energies of Neptune. This guy is literally having dreams on my shirt, I think, right now. Okay, cute. Yeah, but so you just want to be aware that those themes may come up as a final, and that's going to be around. It'll peak. It'll peak. You'll see a climax or a peak with these energies around November 1st. So, something to keep in mind. And feel free to reflect, circle back, and connect on how it does feel for you. What you feel when the generational planets, they go direct. It's clearing the ground. It'll get kind of interesting because, we will pretty soon in November, we're going to see mostly green lights with all planets. We will have a little bit of time until Venus enters pre-shadow. And we haven't had that for a little bit of time. We haven't had Venus go into retrograde since it was in Gemini back about a year ago, was it? When we had the corona pandemic and whatnot, the quarantine. So this Venus retrograding, I think it's going to be in Scorpio. Ooh, I'm really interested actually to research that. What sign are we looking at here? Let me pull up the ephemeris here really quickly. You guys, he's still here. So cute. Let me pull up the ephemeris. Here. Capricorn? No. It's got a pre-shadow. Let's check it out. That's what I'm talking about. November 17th, pre-shadow. This begins, actually, yes, in the sign of Capricorn. So this whole retrograde will be entirely in the sign of Capricorn with Venus. Oh boy. So, and that's going to take us into March 2022, the 1st of March. Damn. That's one hell of a cycle, you guys. We start that here November 17th. So that's when it enters pre-shadow, and then it will clear post-shadow retro in 2022, March 1st. So let's take a look actually at the last time Venus was retro. And furthermore, the last time Venus was retrograde in Capricorn at these degrees. It may be interesting to kind of maybe even look back at a few readings from the last cycle. We had a series of readings for Venus retrograde. Was it in the sign of Aries, actually? Take it as you will. Let me pull up these details here. Ladybug. Sir Francis Ladybug. All right, clearing ground. Okay. So, well, in general, Venus and Cap is going to bring up obviously a question of assets, of finances, of values, like things we also calculate to be a value, things that we connect to over time, collect over time, resources that we manage over time, how we perceive of what may assist us over time in creating so-called abundance. These questions may really come up in a big way as Venus goes retro in Capricorn, again between November 17th, 2021 and March 1st, 2022. When was the last time we saw this? Let's take a look. Yeah, we had Venus retrograde the last time, May 13th, 2020 to June 25th, 2020. That's not including pre and post shadow. So, but as a side note, in a general sense, that was the last time. I think it was in the sign of Let's put it on. Let me see. Yeah, it was in Gemini. Venus in Gemini in 2020. When was the last time it was retrograde in Capricorn? I do wonder. The pre-shadow began around April 9th, 2020. And the post-shadow was until July 29th, 2020. So that was the last time we saw Venus retro. Now let's take a look at 2021. No. Let's look at the last time Venus was retrograde in Capricorn. Oh my gosh, you guys, the ladybug just landed on the screen. He wants to know too. He's also curious. Interesting. So, wow, it's an 8-year cycle. Holy shit. Capricorn, the last time we saw this was apparently December 2013 / January 2014. Maybe I should let the ladybug. Oh, he just went off on his own. All right. I was just going to let him go on the plants. He just took off. Yeah. So the last time we saw this retro was during those years. Interesting. Maybe think back to that period, what was going on then. You might be refinancing, I hear this. Reconnecting to how you schedule in your work. I hear that as well. I don't know what that's going to for everybody, but like something definitely related to even academics, finances. Maybe for those of you who have a lot of Capricorn in your birth chart, you may be seriously like, uprooting. Look at your birth chart and see where you maybe got Capricorn, the house. For example, Capricorn ruling the, let's say, third house may bring really, really, really big conversations forth when it comes to how you plan with your resources, how you really connect to your resources and how that plays out when it comes to your social work. Also, the way that you, relate to your resources socially. So the overlap of resources, the question of resources, timing, planning, managing when it comes to, but this is so general. This is We have to look at the birth chart, many factors, and really it's an intuitive process. Let's clear it around. Yeah, but in general, Capricorn will reinforce the question of finances, studies, and it's interesting because this will sort of electrify the 10th house, the midheaven, and also Venus. So, the question of partnerships, relationships, contracts, you might be really making major headway there. So, feel free to look at where you've got Capricorn. And we enter into that cycle November 17th. So, but my point being that we have basically every planet direct in the clear. And we do have the post shadow of the generational planets, and I think we still have Uranus retrograde. But beyond that, you guys, most planets will be direct between November 17th, November 3rd and November 17th. So just a heads up, that'll be one window where we have, quite a bit in direct motion and movement. So it's very exciting. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, so different sort of themes coming up for sure, with Venus and Cap. That's going to be very nice. It'll be very grounding. It will be very sobering, though, as well. Like, you might find that you start asking and answering questions that are related to, like, the so-called hardcore, so-called reality, You might really, yeah. So eventually what I want to do is I want to do, like, a yearly overview, including a reading. And once I really catch up with the November readings and I don't know if I want to go this way or not. Once I catch up with the November readings and also the other transits of, what else? We're waiting to post November, the rest of the readings for November. Also, though, well, definitely privates and some of the, Then we will jump into, I think what I'm going to start, I want to do the yearly readings. So I want to zoom it out, and I want to also talk astrology with that, so that we have a sort of overview of what we're looking at from a zoomed out vantage point when it comes to these things. What else? Yeah, you guys. So take it as you will. Some interesting times. Venus and Sag is the last sign that we see. Until Venus goes retro in Capricorn. So that's just a side note, which is nice because Venus and Sag gives one last sort of push to Venus before it moves into really thinking about, and it is ultimately a productive energy with Venus and Capricorn. It's like, let's get the shit done. Like, what do we need to sort of finally address, clear out, come down to, calculate, get, let's clear it around. Just kind of get really finalized. And these such things, I think I want to go the other way. I don't know why I'm feeling, all right. Yeah, so, and we may literally reroute. We may reroute when it comes to the longer term projection of what we're working with and what we're creating and these such things. So, could be something to keep in mind. That's coming up. But beyond that, before we get to that, we have this push with also Neptune of going retrograde and of going direct in Pisces. And Jupiter will eventually as well join, but we'll talk about that another time. But that'll be a real strong push of the Pisces energy. And then we will have the direct of Neptune, which will be nice, simultaneous to the really grounding energies of Venus and Cap. And somehow I feel that Venus retro and Cap is going to be really kind of nice, because it's like Venus and Cap already gives us this like oomph to like really kind of look at what we need to get done to formalize our foundation and the way that we carry out our work. And then in retrograde, it's almost like further practical. Like it's kind of like gonna bring it really full circle in a way. Like, let's really look at this. So hopefully this is helpful. Love and lights, you guys. Try to stay grounded here during this time, right? Of course, as we do have the Venus square Neptune. We'll talk more about that on members. Thank you guys for your support, for joining members. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next videos.